Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I am Connor from Sew It Online. I'm excited to have another live stream. We are really jam packing these live streams up. If everyone could go in the chat, type in where you're from, just say, hi, I'm from this city, this state. I love seeing it. Our speakers today and some of my good friends is Zundt Designs, Tracey and Urban. They are absolutely terrific. They lead. I have one of their quilts behind me in the studio. You could see, and they really lead the world in elegant embroidery, and they have some designs and things that to me are just unbelievable. From their threads, that is metallic thread and everything. So I'm going to bring them on here. I'm excited to have everybody on here. So put your city and state in the chat. We're going to have this, and then they have some online classes later that we're going to tell you about. So for everybody, here we go. Let's bring on Urban. Hey, Urban, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm doing really good here. Everything's going good. Excited to do this live stream. Just so everybody knows, they are in Switzerland. So it's pretty cool that we're able to use this technology from Switzerland, and they can go on and do all this stuff. It's just huge. So, with the camera and stuff, Tracy's running it. They're going to switch back and forth, to take it easy on us because we are doing live streams from phones. And the exciting part is that's the world we're living in, and we can bring this type of entertainment and classes to the internet with the technology, but sometimes it doesn't go smooth. So if they drop off, we'll have them come back in. If you can't hear something, just put it in the chat. But overall, it seems like it works pretty well, and we're excited to have it. So, Urban, what are you going to tell us today?
I will tell you a couple of things today. Well, first of all, I would like to welcome you to our studio in Switzerland, here in Altenrhein, in my office, where we're working for 3 generations. And I'm the 3rd generation of a designer, digitizer, and embroidery producer. And I would like to show you why there is a difference between our designs and others' designs. It is a big difference because there's a lot of studies behind this. It starts with a design, maybe from the nature. I have a little sketch here just made lately from...
So, Urban, you do a lot of the digitizing yourself, right?
Yes, I do.
So that's the cool part here is you're looking at the designer, you're talking to the digitizer. They've been in business for 30 years. They're in Switzerland. They really have nailed the elegance of the side of the business. So, Urban, I'm going to switch it fully over to you. Take me off the screen. If you guys need me, just say kind of hop back on. But otherwise, you're all good to go.
Okay. If we get any questions or anything you would like to ask, just let us know so that we can answer any questions.
Yeah, I'll be managing the chat from here, and I'll hop in to answer questions. We'll do a question and answer at the end, everybody, so if you could save your questions for then. We'll go through after the hour and answer all those and go into more. So.
That sounds wonderful. Thanks, Connor.
All right, guys, good luck.
Thank you, Connor. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you about a little bit my history in this textile industry. I went to designing an art school for 4 years where I learned designing the textile medium and especially into embroidery. And years ago, like 20, 30 years ago, there were 3 people involved in the development of a design. There was the designer, the technical designer, and the digitizer. Today, it's just one person doing everything, the design, scanning it in, and so on, as you know already yourself, maybe some do the work yourself. So I'll show you the process, how it was and how I learned it. So first of all, you did a sketch, a design that looked maybe like this. This is a lace design, a galloon I made for Paris about 30 years ago. The customer said, yes, I want this and this thread. Here we used a 30 weight thread. It was a lot fatter than the 40 weight. Then I gave it to the technical designer. He had to enlarge it 6 times for the digitizer to digitize, and that's how it looked like. See, there's all the stitches in there, all the technical information a digitizer needed for that time. So every stitch is designed there. And this width of a leg like that is given out of the thread and how many stitches are used in there. And the stitches we had to, with this little wheel, old fancy wheel here, it's not a massage thing, you had to wheel down on the paper like that, and it gave holes into the paper, and then you could make the lines, and every line is a stitch, and even paint off, base stitch off. So that was the digitizer. Got that, put it on the board, and had to click it off stitch by stitch. So the drafter had maybe a day's work, and the digitizer himself, so we maybe had 3-4 days of work until we got the design on a roll like this. So on here's maybe 25,000 stitches. 1 meter has 100 and something stitches. In the middle there's the function for the machine, and on the sides there's the movement for the frame. It's actually the same thing as you have today, just much bigger. And you can imagine, you have, I guess, a lot of designs that have 20,000 stitches. How many rolls you would have to stack when you wear? All right. And I'll show you some product. I'll show you my grandfather who started this studio here as a hand embroiderer.
That was it was a hand embroidery machine. They were called hand embroiderers, but it's not like using a needle and thread. It was a machine that they operated by hand.
Yeah, that was about 100 years ago. And my dad joined the business as a designer. I've got a photo here of him. He loved the pipe. And I grew up in this environment, got very excited about everything, and of course I had to start joining this business as a designer. We did a lot of products for fashion. I'll show you one of these nice lace things that won the first prize in Paris. So the design was done by my dad, and the embroidery was done in-house, everything. But not this nice dress was done in Paris. Of course, we did also home techs, like this nice, beautiful tablecloth here, big one, and the big machine. It's about a diameter of 1.20 meters. It's huge.
How stunning are those designs?
Then again, it's just tone in tone. And it's not cut work, it's a boring system that the machine has here to make some holes. Then an invention I made, I'm very proud of, is the embroidery on ladies' stockings. I invented that 15, 20 years ago. I had long nights and long weeks and months to get this all going. It was not a problem to put one on a shear, but if somebody orders 1,000, it was a big problem to get the machine ready and produce 1,000 stockings in first-class quality.
Without any ladders or
Yes.
runs.
Yeah, exactly. Here you can see we already used a lot of metallic threads, because in the fashion you use a lot of metallics. They like the shine and the glaze. Yeah. And 2 years ago, I was invited into a museum. This piece has been there for over a year as an outstanding piece of innovation in textile. And the metallics got used a lot in the embroidery collections we made. And even on, we call them all overs. I guess you never saw a thing like that, I don't know. There you can see how we use metallics. And of course, on very fine laces.
These are all embroidered with metallic thread.
All embroidered with metallic silvers,
And
different
gold.
golds. These are also sources for ideas for the collections we use for the domestic machines. We have other sources also. We have old collection books, means Dantelgebühr from France. They are blueprints. They're maybe 100 and something years old. And in here we have several designs. I'll show you some old ones. Out of these we'll get ideas and make new out of old. It's hard to just you see some of these things. We can get ideas, inspirations. We see a lot of effects and details, and we put designs together like that. And we have some others. We had several designers here, and we have a big source and stack of designs they created that we can use today for you. That's how we designed, very detailed. So a lot of lace designs. Could maybe use the flower, but the trick is how, technique and all that. And all these designers have to study art and how to design forms and how the form has to be there and how to be able to embroider these things. That's what the designer does. And we have sourced for you some threads.
Yeah.
We used in our collections, like this gold metallic, traditional gold. We used in this lace. So you can see we did a lot of stitches here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we used 2 cones, not just one, but it's fantastic quality. So we think we found thread for you that you can use in your machines without problems.
Yeah.
And we have a few colors available, and Connor has them in his store, and we're going to add every year 1 or 2 colors to the collections. As we create new collections, there will be new colors coming. As you know, fashion changes every year. We'll have those colors available for you.
Urban, I have these all here if you guys need them. I know that Tracy asked me to bring them, so I have every color right here if you want me to show the camera or anything. Just
that would be wonderful. That's what we have some here. We don't have the whole collection here, so I knew you would have them, so you can show some of the colors that.
Yeah. So anything, if you want me, do you want me to go through them real quick?
Sure, that'd be great.
So lavender, these are, we have almost all the brands here of thread. The people walk into the thread ball and they're just blown away. Pins and needles, my mom's store. But these really are something special. The embroidery that Zundt does, some of them you go, this is cobalt blue.
Yep. So one of the good things about these metallic threads is the weight of them. They're finer than the normal metallic thread. These are all 50 and 60 weight threads. So your standard embroidery thread is a 40 weight. So the silvers, the pale gold, the traditional gold, they're actually 60 weight. So they're very fine, and they give you this beautiful shimmer that, without being bulky or heavy, and they don't detract from the design. They just add life to the design.
Yeah, so and then I think the antique gold was the most popular one in the past, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Antique gold is probably the most popular of all the metallics.
Yeah, that's the one right here. It really, with their designs and what it shows. Oh, there you go.
So Urban's showing you an antique gold. It's one I use all the time too. I love it. And silver. I'm going
to put it, these are all on the site, and I'm doing a page right now, so you'll be able to look at these and buy these if you want at the end. I don't want anyone to worry about it now. We're just showing you.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah.
This one's really cool, the variegated.
The variegated's wonderful. The pearl white is brilliant for quilting, and the char grey if you're doing a black quilt or a dark coloured quilt. they're amazing, and they work really well in the long arm quilting machines, and you know, they can be used in embroidery, in sewing, and in quilting machines. So, and there's 2,000 meters, 2,186 yards per spool. So they're you know, very good value for the price. And you know, we stitch with them all the time. Every project I do almost has metallic thread in it in some form or other, either as the feature or as just a little bit of a highlight. So, but yeah, you know, Urban's such an incredible designer and digitizer, and has all that history behind him, and that's what makes the Zundt Designs so incredible. And you know, the way he digitizes, he did 4 years at university studying textiles, majoring in studying art, should I say, majoring in textiles. And then he did 12 months business school, and then digitizing is also part of the university degree over here. So nowhere else in the world is a university degree in design and digitizing except Switzerland. So, and, you know, having that history growing up with his dad and his granddad and all of that, you know, you can tell the quality of the work is second to none. So Urban's just standing there looking very proud as I'm talking about
family, of course.
Well, with all the other brands, you guys definitely win in the elegant category. I mean, when you get to your designs and your books and all these step-by-steps, you take someone who can be a normal sewer going into embroidery and you supercharge them, and their embroidery skills come to another level. And that's the fun of an embroidery machine, but working with you guys, it really becomes elegant. I'm going to hop back out here. Everyone's saying I had an echo before. Yeah, I had the stream open too, so I shouldn't have an echo now. We should be good. I'll leave it back to you guys. And you need to hop in, let me know.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. And I'll hand it over now to Tracy. She's a wonderful artist out of Australia and has fantastic projects for you. And I'll hand it over to her now. Thank you very much.
He's going to be the cameraman. Yeah. So we're swapping roles. It's really funny. This is the first time we've ever done a live here in Switzerland. And it's the first time we haven't had a dedicated camera person. So I've never done the camera before, and nor has Urban. So please bear with us if we're a little bit shaky or anything like that. But, you know, we're both very passionate about what we do, and we love our embroidery, and we love to share with you. And I, unlike Urban, am not traditionally from this industry. I'm actually from the arts industry. So up until 2009, which is what, 12 years ago, I fortuitously or not, I'm not sure, had the chance introduction to Urban Zundt and Zundt Design. And prior to that, I had no history with machine embroidery whatsoever. I had, however, been an educator and an artist, and I had travelled the world teaching my artwork. So what I have brought is my education. I was an art teacher. I wrote several art books. I wrote for art magazines. I taught colour and design for many years. So I've brought a different aspect to the industry, and I love to share. I love to teach, and I love to create. You know, they're my favourite things. So when I was here in 2019, Urban and I had just decided that we would really like to do some online classes, and we had just touched on the idea, and I went back to Australia to do some work, and of course then COVID came, and I got stuck in Australia, and Urban was over here. So I had a month in America before I did get back to Australia, and then I had to quarantine. And in Australia, you have to hotel quarantine for 2 weeks. So in that 2-week period, I developed what has now become our online class program. So I wanted to share sewing techniques, embroidery techniques, quilting techniques, my art techniques. I've got some amazingly simple techniques with paint that can enhance embroideries. And so with all of those different ideas, I came up with a series of projects to use as online classes. So with every class that we do, we include all the designs that are required to make that project. We give you a step-by-step instructional. Now, this is all downloadable. So you get a PDF, which is of your requirements, all your preparation, your cutting instructions, and step-by-step how to make every part of the project. The embroidery, the colours that I've suggested, the order that the colours are listed, and step-by-step photos, how to put the zippers in, how I did the insertion. Every technique that you need is in the instructions. Now, not only do you get the designs and the instructions, you also get an introduction letter. And in that letter, it gives you YouTube links. Now, every aspect of every class is videoed. So it's all pre-recorded. So when you purchase the class, you get an email like this. And that gives you unlimited access to that YouTube class. So we've split it up so it can be anywhere between 4 and 6 videos in the process of each of the classes. Not only that, we do have a private Facebook group for every individual class so that you get to go onto that group. I do lives, I do question and answers or Q&As where people can come in, ask questions, I give answers, I do demos, that sort of thing on the Facebook group. So you're getting a lot of value for your money. You're getting all your designs, you're getting all your instructions, you're getting unlimited access to YouTube plus your Facebook group. So what I'd like to do now is go through those class groups, because we, instead of doing a 12-month subscription for classes, we split it up into 3-month lots or 3 class blocks for most of them. We have done a couple of bonus classes, but I'll go through them with you. So I'm just going to grab my laptop and I'm going to show you. Thank you. I'm going to show you each of the classes. Okay, so class set 1, and I'm just turning this around so Urban can focus on here. So this is the first set of classes we did. Now you can, is that okay? Hang on, I've got to get this set right so Urban can. I'm going to take it off the stand and pop it down on the book there. So with the first class,
hey Tracy, as we do this, just so everyone knows, don't worry about this, about going in it. I'm going to send you a link that has links to all this. So just choose what you're looking at, see what she's doing, and then we're going to send this a link. We're also going to send you a follow-up email on all of this since you signed up. So don't worry about where to go and everything. I have it all set. I'm going to put that in the comments right now where you can go do that. But I just wanted you to focus on that. Tracy, I think there's an audio, so I have to mute you when I talk, but just going back. So I'm going to hop out now.
Okay. Excellent. So the classes are available. There's 4 sets. So I'll go through them one at a time and explain the different classes and the techniques that I've used to create each one. So the very first class that I did was the Pink Lady apples as pot holders, and there are 2 different types. There is one, this one here, this is actually a pocket. Excuse me. So it is a pot holder that you can stick your hand inside so you don't burn yourself. I'm constantly burning myself with the oven, so I tend to like a pot holder with a pocket. I teach you how to make continuous binding, how to cut it, join it, and make it all in one go, and also how to apply it all in one go. So this is actually all one piece of binding. The loop here is not separate. It is actually part of the binding. So there's quilting in the hoop, embroidery in the hoop. The backing is quilted both front and back in the hoop. And that is the antique gold metallic thread that we were talking about before. And you can see the beautiful gold metallic thread around the apples. So that was the first class that I did in set 1. The second class is the toiletry bag or the cosmetic bag. Now, this one's a favourite of mine, and I actually have my bag here, or one of them. And there are different designs. So you've got this beautiful butterfly design, or the lovely floral design, or on the back of this one, I actually use my initial, and I show you how to use a built-in design from your machine to do that. So there is zipper work, how to do insert a zipper. And I designed this so it would open fully, and you can see I do use this bag. This is my toiletry bag, and it has pockets inside. It's got little elastic straps and clear plastic pockets that I've put lining on. So it's a very functional cosmetic bag, but it'd also make a lovely handbag if you wanted it as a handbag. So that was the second of the online classes from this group. And the third one, which has been one of the most popular classes of all, is the tulip wall art. Now, this is actually a framed piece of art, and the quilting is all done in the hoop, and it is quilted on a piece of canvas that has some batting behind it. So you get this lovely trapunto loft effect. And then I've painted over the top of that. And I teach you in the YouTube videos. You see the techniques. It's very, very simple, very basic. You don't need any skill to be able to do this. There's also just a little bit of colour wash you can see in some of the quilting design. And then, of course, this beautiful tulip embroideries. So there's a couple of different tulip designs there. And then I took it to my local framer and had it framed, and it's actually hanging on my mother's wall. So that was the third. So 3 very different classes, different techniques in all 3. And in every class we do, we have different techniques. So that was class set 1. Class set 2 comprises a daisy trim bin. Now, I have one of the trim bins here, and I call it a trim bin because I have this next to my sewing machine. And as I cut my threads and bits and pieces, I actually use the bin. This is a little, it was actually a CD holder that I use inside of that. I have made this in orange and yellow. I've made it in blues. I've made it in pinks. I've actually made 4 of these. And my mum and her friends, they play Rummy Cub, which is a board game. And they use this to put all their little things in that they have to draw their numbers and letters out from. So even though I use it as a trim bin, I have a friend that made one. She uses it for a pot plant, so she's got a lovely plant in hers. My mum uses it for her Rummy Cup, and I use mine beside my machine. So this is all applique in the hoop, again, gold metallic work, techniques on how to do the binding and how to use a curve to make a curved project. So that's a very functional piece. The second one is this beautiful iris and lace cushion. Now with this one, there's all this beautiful gold metallic, again, antique gold, quilting in the hoop. There's lace work, which is all part of it. So we make lace. I teach you how to do lace insertion, and then some wing needle work to make a nice edge to the insertion lace. There's the beautiful embroidery, plus a gorgeous gold outline embroidery design, which I've put a little bit of colour wash painting in. There's a double flange, and there's also beautifully embroidered buttonholes and button covers in this project. So lots of really beautiful techniques involved in that cushion. You can do it any colour you like. And when you join the classes, all the ladies that join the class go onto the Facebook and they share what they've done and the colours that they've used and that sort of thing. So it's a very sharing and caring environment that we encourage people to join in. And this was the Christmas table set, and this is on a very fine French linen, but you could do it on any fabric. And if you have a look here, this is cut work with lace. So it's all done in the hoop. It's stunning cut work element. It's done on wash away. And then you've got this beautiful lace work that is inside. Now, on these large ones, I've actually got organza as an insert in there, but these ones, the smaller ones, are open lace work. So in this one, I just used how to make a tablecloth with the beautiful circular corners. We use built-in stitches from the machine, and we do this incredible embroidery. So you make the most elegant Christmas table set that you can make, and it's just stunning. So that was the third class from the second set. The third set, we decided to make a little bag. Now, this particular one is the blue version. I have a red and black version here with me. And on this particular one, I have got a flat embroidery. On the instructions and in your, when you get your designs, you actually also get a freestanding version. So on here, you can see I have actually adhered through the centre, using the stitches from the centre, this freestanding flower on top. So it's all ruched organza. You can see on the sides there's piping, there's ruched organza, there's zipper, and there's also internal pockets and things. And inside in the zipper it shows you different insertion of zipper techniques for the inside of the lining of the bag as well. The other class in this set is an Easter basket, and this uses pin tucking. There's a lovely little pin tuck section and built-in stitches from the machine. There's these beautiful designs, gorgeous little Easter designs, the lovely little Passaro eggs and this egg. And I've put all the quilting around that. So you can do as much or as little quilting as you like. And I've also used for the handles, I've used exactly the same as what I have done here. So a lovely gift idea for your children or grandchildren to have a lovely basket that you can put their goodies in at Easter time. The other project here is a coaster and placemat set, which is cork and painted and lace, all done in the hoop. So depending on what size hoop you have as to how large you can make your designs, but there are 3 different sizes that you can choose from. So you can make coasters, you can make placemats, or you can make a table thing, whichever suits you. So that's class set 3. Class set 4 is the current class set. Now this one here, this is our Christmas Star table runner, and that particular version I have created in the red and green, so it is for Christmas time. But I also have here a blue and white version, and this is for all year round. So you could make one for Christmas, or you could make one using your favourite colours or whatever colour suits your home decor. Now this is a whole cloth runner, so it's all one piece, and depending on what size hoop you have, you can make this in 1, 2 or 4 hoopings. Again, we've got these 2 designs. They can be both done at once if you have a larger hoop, or it can be done individually. And also the quilting is done in the hoop. So you can see I've used silver metallic thread here, and it is all quilted in the hoop. So each of these designs are apart, and I show you how to position them, how to do it. I show you how to use a magnetic hoop and how to do a normal hoop to be able to quilt in the hoop without any backing. I've used a triple stitch, just a running stitch to just give a little frame, and then of course the binding. So that's a beautiful versatile runner that can be made for Christmas or for all year round, depending on what you would like, or both. One of the ladies who has joined that class has actually already made 3 of them in different colours. So it just depends on what you like, but it's a really beautiful piece. The next class, and the one that we have just finished, is an in the hoop crossbody bag. Now this is the bag that I actually use all the time. I have at the back, there's a little zipper pocket. I have all my cards and bits and pieces. I don't want to take a whole wallet with me. Sometimes I'll just throw my car keys in this little back pocket. There's a lovely design on the back, and then just very simple painting techniques used here. So this whole bag is completed in the hoop. So we all have a mobile phone, so you have to have a pocket at the front to slip your phone into. And then inside, it's all fully lined. I have my glasses, I have some wipes, and it is enough for me. So when I go shopping, I don't have to take a great big handbag. I can actually just take my crossbody bag. And we have two options available. We have the Lavender Market version, or we have the Art Deco version. So depending on what your taste is, you can make either. So for these on the butterflies, again, I've got simple painting techniques, which I go through on the YouTube channel so that you can see how that's done. We've got our first live coming up, I think, next Friday for this class, so I'll go through that with you. And there's a different colour cork. Now, these can be made on fabric. I love the cork myself because it's a bit more durable than the fabric. And you can use the D-rings if you have them with your swivels, or I actually ran out of D-rings. So I just put my swivel straight through the loop. So the choice is yours as to how you do that. But that is an all in the hoop project. The third project in this set is a mystery class. Now, I've been giving in our Facebook group, Tracy Sims Design, Zundt Design group, and I'm sure Connor will be able to share that group with you. We've got a guessing, everyone's trying to guess what this class is. Now, the only thing that people know is that it incorporates lace work. It is not a doily. It is not a piece of clothing. And if you go into the group, you can see all the hundreds of guesses that people have had. So far, not one person has guessed exactly what we are going to be doing with this piece of lace. Now, you do get this design and two other designs. And if you wanted to make a doily, of course you could, because you get this. But we're doing a whole nother project with it. And it's just different techniques again. I wanted people to use different products, different techniques, and, you know, different ideas. Sometimes it's great to think outside the box. And that's what I've actually called this project, Outside the Box, because it is not what you are going to think it is. So that's the third class in set 4. Now, if you want to do only one of these particular projects, you can certainly do that. But by purchasing them in a set of 3, you actually save yourself $40. So you're getting a much better deal, and you're learning different techniques. And all of these products, even if you don't want to keep it for yourself, would make an amazing gift. I know the Christmas table set has been one of our most popular, and the tulip wall art has been one of the most popular, and the Christmas star runner. Those 3, a lot of people have purchased individually, and you can do that. Those individual classes, if you want just one, you can do that. Now, have we just logged out? Connor, can you still hear us? I think our mic, I'm just going to check here. Can you hear me now, Connor? Just let me check here. Yeah, okay. I'm hoping we're still live.
You're good. Everything's been good. I just muted you. I can't have you talk when I talk. I get an echo. But I'm on YouTube. I haven't been in the control center watching it. Nothing's going, so you're good. I just want to tell everybody I'm going to send out a follow-up email after this, and it has a flyer on it. And this flyer is going to have a description of every class that's in that package. And I'll send that out after this with the link. So I know it's a lot. I know there's some awesome things that she's showing. So just don't worry about that. I'll make sure I get you that. You're also going to be able to call me if you want to do this over the phone. You can email me and I'll help you with all these orders. So Tracy, you're good. I'm heading back to you, but I would just so you know, when I go on, I mute you so they can't hear you. I'm going back to you now.
Thank you. Yeah, the flyer that Connor is going to send out, it explains every technique that's used for each of these particular classes so that you can see them. So this one is a one-off. It is a Christmas placemat class, and I thought this is quite appropriate for this time of year. So in this particular one, the quilting is done in the hoop. You can see all the lovely holly quilting. And again, I've used decorative stitches that are built into the machine to make this lovely panel here. So it's quilted, embroidered, used decorative stitches. It's all created using the stitch and flip method so that it's easy to put together and then it's just bound at the end. So that's an individual class by itself. And I have made a whole set of these so that at Christmas time we can all sit and watch that. The other individual class is the Fairy Wren binder cover. Now, when you do all your classes, as I said before, you get all your instructions. So I designed a folder cover so that I can put all of my instructions in their sleeve and keep them all together in the binders. So I've made 3 of these. So with this class, you get the beautiful little wren, the quilting designs, the backing, all the instructions, plus the feather designs, the 2 outer ones, they're actually beautiful gold outline work and then a little bit of paint. And there's also, we actually can't see it on this, there's a little bird that's just up in the top corner here that's hand painted as well. And it's not on the picture, but you'll see it on the flyer and on the promo. So they are our online classes that we have been working on over the last 12 to 18 months. And we love sharing with you. You know, it was really hard for us. We always love coming over to the United States and meeting you all in person and sharing with you and teaching you and showing you what we're excited about and what we've been creating. So because we haven't been able to do this, this was the next best thing for us. And, you know, it's been really great that Connor's been on board with us with all that we've been doing, and we've been able to do some live events with him and, you know, keep that connection going and keep connected with you know, the friends we've made and all over the world. So, you know, how else can we do it now with COVID? It's been the only way. And we're really hoping that, you know, I believe your borders are opening up in December. I know in Australia, our borders have been very firmly shut. It was very difficult for me to get out. Very few people have been allowed out. It was only because of our business here that I was able to come out. The other thing I'd like to share with you, though.
Hold on, Tracy. Let me add to that. Okay. So, you know, everybody, what you said is just so important. Okay. If you know who I am or you don't know who I am, Sew It Online, or you came here, you got to remember I developed Sew It Online based off my mother's superstore pins and needles. Okay. And I felt like it was such a special community, but there were so many people that didn't have a great sewing store in their local area. And that's why I developed Sew It Online. And my goal is to bring some of the best educators in the world to you. And in my opinion, one of the best embroidery ones is Zundt and Tracey Designs. They are absolutely awesome. Now, my point in saying this is in times like these, you have to support small business. It means the world to us. Tracy and Urban and so many small business owners, you know, have stopped all of their tours and everything. So any way that you can support them online and get these amazing designs means the world to me, means the world to them, and it is huge. So you got to remember that. It's been a very crazy time in the world. I know it has been for you, and I know it has been for small business owners. So that's very important to remember. Something else to be said, I'll tell more about my membership and what we have coming next to a Sew It Online. But the way she said it, I just felt was such a great time for me to add that. I'll hop back out and take it back over, Tracy.
Okay. So I just wanted to share with you, remember the quilt the beautiful Morris quilt. We had so many inquiries about this quilt that we have decided that for 2022, we are going to release this as a block of the month. Now, we've got 2 block of the months coming for next year. One's a 6-month block of the month, and it's really exciting. I'm not sharing anything about that with you at the moment, but I know a lot of you have seen this, and so many people commented and said, we can't wait for this to come. So because there's so many different types, there's the different blocks, all the different appliques, the freestanding elements, all the sashings, bindings. We've just finished designing the borders and the cornerstones, so I've just got to put those on. So come 2022, this Morris Inspirations quilt will be released as a block of the month. And you can see how exquisite these designs are. Now, I have stitched this in blue and white as well as the red and black. And it's quite unfortunate in one way, but it gives us the opportunity to have another event with Connor real soon. I think we said 3 or 4 weeks. Maybe this is the first of, we've done the 1st of September. Now we've the 1st of October, maybe the 1st of November, Connor. We'll talk about that and Connor can let you know. I have a box full of samples that should have been here but got held up in customs. So a lot of the samples from the class, the blue and white, some blue and white blocks of the Morris Inspirations. We'll be able to share all of that with you when we do our next live presentation. So if you're interested in doing this quilt as a block of the month, please let Connor know, and you'll be able to sign up through Sew It Online for our 2 block of the months for next year. So in saying that, is if there is any questions, Connor, I'm going to put it over to you. I'm sure you've had lots of comments and we've had plenty of people come on board. If anyone has any questions for me, please ask. So Connor, if you can hop back in now and let us know, and I'll answer any questions that I can.
Okay, so there's an echo if I switch back to you. I don't know, are you playing the video over there or anything too?
Not at all.
Okay, so there's going to be an echo, I think, if I don't mute her. So we'll hop back and forth with it. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here really quick. Let's see if I could do that so I can show you this. Now I want everyone to know I'm going to send out an email after this that has the flyer and the link. Okay, then you can sign up. And I want everyone to go in and comment right now with any questions. I didn't see too much in there. I think it's awesome what they're doing. I mean, just think of the fact that they are in Switzerland. I'm in Cleveland. I have everybody all over the country in here. Some of the things I want to say is the replay is going to come out. I know a lot of people can't always, they're working. They can't just be able to hop on, and we'll send out a follow-up replay with this. It'll be on YouTube. It won't be on there forever. Then it goes and transfers to our membership site where you can become a member and you get access to all of our replays and everything. That being said, we have a lot going on in Sew It Online. Sew It Online, we sell the products online. We make videos to go with those products and all sorts of tutorials. And we're bringing on some of the best educators all around the world. We like you to support your local quilt stores, your sewing stores. We like you to support us online. And we really, really like when you support our educators, because this industry is expanded. It's going good. But, you know, with all the stores not having it and everything going on, we got to support them online, support everybody in this industry. So we're trying to share my screen right here real quick. Share screen, window. I think this should share the screen. Yep. I'm going to go back. Okay. Tracy, I'm going to unmute you. There might be a little bit of echo. Hopefully everybody works with this. Okay. So here is the website, sewitonline.com. And if you go here to the top navigation, you'll see Zundt Specials and Zundt Live Stream. That's going to link to YouTube where you're already at. But Zundt Specials on here. And what you could see here is I've added these sets up. Zundt Online Class 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the Christmas Star and the Fairy binder cover are $79 each. These classes are $199. You save $40 because you're getting them in a pack of 3, the designs and instructions. You can see here with class set 3, there's a flyer. If you go up here and you type in Zundt Online, they all pop up. So let's just go to class 1. And in each one of these, I have the picture that shows up when it loads. And this is going to be the class description. So you see each of what it comes with, and you can go through and you can buy this right now. Okay. When they go through, we're going to go and Tracy, I'll send everything to Tracy. Tracy will be emailing you. You'll get links to the YouTube. You'll get links to that. They also have a Facebook group. I really recommend that you join this Facebook group. It's absolutely awesome. It's free to join. You'll hear about their stuff. When things come out, I'll be emailing it, and it's great. So Tracy, if you're still here, you're not.
Yeah, we got cut off for a sec, but we're back on.
Okay. Do you have anything to add?
Yes, I would like to say thank you to you for hosting us. And if, as I said, there are any questions, please. The process is all downloadable. So what you will get is a voucher, and that voucher has an individual code. So every person will have their own individual code for each class. And you go onto the site, you enter that code, and you get the automatic download. And the download includes the designs, the instructions, the intro letter with all the links to the YouTube, the Facebook link, all of that stuff. So it's quite a simple process. It's all downloadable. As soon as you've ordered from Connor, he lets me know, yes, I want 20 of set number 3 or 50 of set number 4. We just send all the vouchers out, and so, you know, it'll take about, by the time Connor processes the orders, gets them to us, and then we get the vouchers to you. You know, it could be a week, 2 weeks, but it just depends on how quickly the whole process goes, how quickly we get them, and then we can get them off to you as soon as.
Okay, so we got a couple questions here. A lot of people are loving this. What is included in class? Each class includes a PDF instructions. You're going to get the YouTube links. You're going to get design files. Okay, and go ahead, Tracy.
Group just for that class. So it is videoed. The whole thing is pre-recorded from start to finish. So every step. So there, you know, there's a couple of hours, you know, several hours of videoing. So we broke it up into segments, like for the In the Hoop bag, for this one, there are 6 individual YouTube videos to go through. So it enables you to be able to make the front pocket and watch the video, read your instructions, make that, then go and watch the second video, make the next bit. You know, it goes through step by step. And then there's the private group where you can ask any questions that you need to, if you want some colour advice or anything like that, or being an Australian, and you know, we all speak our own version of English, and sometimes what makes perfect sense to me and things, we have different names for things. I remember I had to learn that what you call batting, we call wadding, different things like that. So if there's any little thing that you don't understand, please feel free to ask, and do it through that Facebook group, because that is exclusive to that particular class. So
now hold on, Tracy. So okay, Tracy, after I switch back to you, I wanted to say the name of the Facebook group. I'm going to link that in the email. Now everyone knows that you can do this in your own time frame. Now that you have unlimited time to do this. Once you purchase them, they're yours, right?
And it's unlimited, but we do have our Facebook group, Tracy Sims Designs Design Group, but this class has its own Facebook group. So it's called the In the Hoop Crossbody Bag Facebook group, and only people that have that voucher code can access that Facebook group. So while we have a public group, we have private groups for every individual class. And that's where everyone that does the class, they share their pictures, they ask their questions. We do a live, I do extra demos, you know, all that sort of thing in every individual class's private group.
Okay. Now you can buy these separate. They are $79 separate. I did not add them up all separate because people usually get the packages. Now here's what I want you to do. In the sewing world, usually to do webinars and stuff, usually I have a big table out in my event center and there's all these options and all these things. The best thing we can do, if you say, hey, I want one of this, I want one of that, you can email me at Connor, CONNOR, @sewedonline.com. I'll help you through this via email. You can call me on the phone at the phone number at the top of sewedonline.com. I'll put this in the email. I can walk you through this over the phone. I can take credit cards over the phone. I can do this via chat, email back and forth. So if you want to do it a la carte, you can do $79 for a class, or you get all 3 classes in one. You save $40, which is $199. Now I also have all the thread. Okay, so we have all the thread here in the store. You can buy these thread packages and all that. Because that's all complicated what it looks. Sometimes you have questions, you can call me. Call me today, call me tomorrow, call me anywhere. And we're happy for that.
Excellent. And if you have any questions about the threads, please don't hesitate to ask either. I know all machines handle threads differently and different needles work best with different machines and different threads. And the tensioning systems in all the machines are different. So sometimes you need to make little tweaks. So if you have any questions regarding the threads, please don't hesitate to contact me via the Tracy Zundt Designs Zundt Design group, and I can answer all your questions there. And we often do little videos on there, I might just do a little video on the thread saying, you know, this is what you can do or that's what you can do. We sometimes have little freebies and things like that. So, you know, it's really worthwhile to join the group and see what we're up to. We give sneak peeks and all that sort of thing. So it's worthwhile. And then anything we do like this, we work well with Connor, and you know, we really enjoy the relationship that we have. And, you know, as we said before, it's been a tough time, especially over COVID. So we all like to support each other in the industry. And, you know, we really appreciate your support too.
Okay. So, Tracy, question. First one, do we ship to Canada? We don't have to ship these. These are digital products. So you're going to buy, I'm going to send that over to her, and they'll be sending you access to the links and stuff. You should get it within a day. Like, I'm going to be on this, be sending them over. They send the links, and we go through. You'll be getting it within the day. Will we get your email if we signed up for the show? Yes, you will get. So anybody who signed up for the show, we had 1,200 people sign up. That's who will be getting this email. Check your promotions folder, check your spam. It goes in there. That's why people aren't getting the links. You can mark me as unspam. It comes from Sewed Online, and that's what happens. Okay, a lot of people looking good for the. Okay, Tracy, this is for you. Can we purchase 3 patterns from 3 different sets and then get the package price? So I'm going to unmute you. Go.
Okay. We have never actually done that. We've never been asked for that before. We did do them as specific sets because they were all different techniques. As I have not, we haven't done it in the past, no, but that's not to say that could get complicated for you, Connor, and I think that's one for you to answer, because it will mean you're going to have to sort that out with the customer. And
email me, call me, Connor at Sewedonline, CONNOR at sewedonline.com. We can definitely make any of this happen. All I do is talk on the phone all day. The phone number goes to me. I'm happy to hear from you. I'm happy to help you. We're selling tons of machines. We're doing all this, and I'm on the phone all day and emails, and I can support it. What kind of machine was these products made on? She uses the FOF Creative Icon. In our store, we use a lot of the Baby Locks Brothers, and we're definitely a FOF dealer. It works with all embroidery machines. It is great. Hold on, Tracy. Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, all the designs are multi-format, so it doesn't matter what machine that you have. We do DST, EXP, PES, Jeff, VP3, VP4, XXX, all the different formats. So it doesn't matter what machine you have, the designs come multi-format. So you can choose whatever format that you like and make it. I personally use a FAF, but you know, we know that they work. They're tested on brothers, on Genomes, on baby locks. In Australia, we actually don't have baby lock machines. So you in America, you certainly do, but it's not something we have access to. But we do have brothers and Genomes and Beninas, all the different machines. So they are tested on all machines, so they work fine.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, the FOFs are great. That's interesting. You don't have them over there. That's
yeah. It's Australia's too small. When I say too small, not geographically, we're the same size as the United States. Geographically, our population is 26 million. That's our total country's population. So we don't have enough people to warrant. We have baby lock surges. That's it. We don't have machines at all.
wow.
There's just not enough people.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they'll let me sell them online to you. So I am selling machines online and all sorts of things. Anybody needs machine products, support, we're here for you. Having trouble with Zundt cherry and red metallic thread bleeding. The best chance of that is to hop into her Facebook group. Tracy, you're muted. Hold on. And she'll say her Facebook group one more time. Go in there. She might have a tip now, but that's where you're going to get all the support for these products. You've used Zundt Designs. They stitch out perfectly. That's the truth. That is why I always use them. They're terrific people, but there's no one that can compare that in the elegance of what they do. And when you're getting into embroidery, I always say I like to go to Home Depot and build things, but you know, my community likes to sew, and you know, so they go in and it's something, creating something from nothing. It's a human nature. It's very cool, and it makes us feel very great inside. And when you get to do that with Zundt and the elegance, and you get to go and you made that, and that table runners out there, those projects, it's a whole nother level. That's why I love them. I love promoting them. So great in there. Tracy, I'm throwing you back on.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, the question about the thread, we did look into that. We contacted the manufacturers about that. We will get back to you. One of the things that they assure us that was a one-off issue, that will never happen again. The one thing, when you rinse out lace work, normally we always recommend to rinse it out in hot water, but for some reason, red thread, red fabric, red anything is the most likely colour. If anything is going to run, it will be red. So what I would recommend is that you rinse first in cold water with a little bit of salt. Now that salt will set the colour if there is an issue. Now cherry red, for those of you that are familiar with cherry red, it is a very rich, deep red colour. So when you rinse out, rinse in cold water with a little bit of salt first, and then rinse it in warm water and leave it overnight in warm water. But if you have that little bit of salt in it with cold water first, it will set the dye if there is any excess dye on the thread. Now that's not just thread, that's on fabric, on your rayon threads, anything like that. That has a very strong dye. So hopefully that gives a little bit of insight to, and I'm sure that came from Carol, that message. She has contacted me and we are working on that.
Mm-hmm. Do I ship to Canada? Yeah, I'll ship these. Call me. I have to give you a separate shipping quote. You know, I don't mind shipping to Canada. I just have to quote you. It just can't be free shipping on the normal stuff. So I'll do that. If you email me at connor@sewedonline.com and say, hey, Connor, I want to buy this. Can you call me? And leave your phone number. I will give you a call. That's probably best for everything, because then I have time to process each calls rather than getting calls and I'm on the phone and I can't answer it. For some of these questions, I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to do this the next few days. Anybody that has questions, it's awesome. That's the sewing industry. Everyone has questions, a lot of different products, a lot of different things. So Connor, CONNOR at sewedonline.com. The number on the top of the Sewed Online website leads directly to my phone. I'd be happy to help you with all of this.
Excellent. I think if there's no more questions there, Connor, I think we're probably done for the evening here. It's evening here. I know it's lunchtime for you guys over there, and you're probably all looking forward to having a bite to eat, as we are this evening here as well. So if I can go in after we finish, I will go in and have a look and see if I can answer any questions. I will do that tomorrow morning, our time, which is, it'll be the middle of the night, your time. I think we are 6 hours ahead of you here. So Australia, of course, is 14 hours ahead of you. So time changes are quite different. But I'd like to say thank you, everyone, for joining us. And
it's a pleasure to be with you, and I hope you enjoyed it.
yeah.
Okay, so guys, one more thing. I just want to say the Facebook group one more time. We're really happy for you. We are going to be doing more webinars. Let's just say bye to them, and then I'll do a final going out thing. So I want your Facebook group one more time. That's where you can get your answers. You'll be able to email me, for everything. They got to go to bed. I got to answer the phone. It's cool what we're doing. So back to you.
All right. Thanks very much, Connor. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you next time.
Okay, bye-bye. See you soon.
Okay, so we're back. So how awesome was that? So we have Zundt. They are a super team that brings some awesome everything going on. Sewed Online is bringing them back. We probably will do one in the next 6 weeks. I'm not sure exactly. I'm just setting my dates. I'm setting it up to go live every week for a public webinar like this. Zundt is going to be back all the time. Sometimes they might be doing a members only call. We are starting to do those. We have a membership where you watch these and you miss it. You can watch all the replays in the membership. You never miss anything. You get members only calls. You get different webinars that isn't there. We will be doing the Pins and Needles Sew Social will be coming live. We'll be doing everything embroidery going live. And then we'll have an embroidery company, which a lot of times will be Zundt, and some other ones going on here. So remember, you can email me at connor@sewedonline.com, CONNOR @sewitonline.com. I'll send that in the email. I'll also put the phone number. I'd like to help you with that. We have a membership. We're bringing on more educators. We're doing tons of things, and there's member-only calls starting if you're a member, and there's just so much going on. So stay tuned to Sew It Online. We're your online e-commerce. I like to say that I'm your online sewing dealer. Not everybody has one locally that can do that. We bring on educators. We sell the machines. We help the products. We show the different notions and everything. You're going to see more than that. But I say again, you got to remember, we got to really, really, really support these educators. They went from always doing tours and going store to store to store to we can't put people in stores anymore, so we have to bring it online. They are one of the best. They're one of the elegance, and there's so much. So please check for my email, go through the promotions, go through the spam folder, and you will see follow-up emails with all this. You can email me if you have any questions. You say, Connor, hey, I have some things to go over with you on the phone to make my purchase. Give me a call. I'll give you a call when I can, and we'll go through this. I can help you there. I can email you back, and we want to support our educators and do this. We have a ton more stuff coming from Sew It Online. We've done webinars for years, but now we're going on a weekly basis. There's member-only calls going on a weekly basis. There's member-only events going. There is upcoming events. It's so much. In our webinar, in our membership, we have over 100 webinars. We have 9 courses. We're filming them soon. Everything from embroidery, sewing, quilting, all sorts of educators in there. And there's more coming out. So just be watching your email. Thanks to everybody for joining us. And I can't wait to do more live streams with you. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day.